Hey everyone, this is Wes from the Console Gaming Crew, and we couldn't be happier to announce that we are now part of the Boss Rush Podcast Network and are featured on BossRushGames.com. BossRushGames.com is a great place where you can find up-to-date news articles, blogs, and podcasts about video games. In addition to that, there is a growing collection of podcasts in not just the gaming community, but other communities as well. We are honored to be a part of such a great network of podcasters, so please stop by and give everyone a listen. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Yo, crew members, what it be?
Heyo!
That was a really quick one.
I figured the faster I do it, the less likely I am to squeak. So, we're jumping back in time for another episode of Consoles Through History.
Yes, sir.
Which is still a phenomenal name, bro. Like,
Great job on that.
I can't believe that it was a head scratcher for so long, and Anthony just comes to
Consoles Through History.
It's funny how I set
think
it
I'm
up.
going to add that with a little bit of reverb.
It's
cool.
It's super funny to me how like it was such a head scratcher, and like the conversation I was having with him, I was like, dude, I'm trying to come up with a name because we're doing this thing where we like look at consoles like through history and all that stuff, and he's just like, Consoles Through History is good. I was like,
son of a bitch.
well, fuck me, huh? All right.
Yeah.
We'll just go with that, I guess.
Fun fact, I didn't really create the name. You just told me the name.
Well, no, you created it because I'd have breezed right through that. I'd be like, we're doing these consoles through history, so what about, like, video game time trials? Something stupid. But anyway, so last week we did the Atari Sears Telegames Pong system.
Yep.
Didn't Wes do the 2600?
Yeah, Wes originally did research the wrong stuff, but we figured it out. And now we are moving on. The next one on the list is the Coleco Telstar. The Coleco Telstar.
I mean, that's a pretty cool fucking name for a video game console if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is.
And everything that came from it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that we talk about that came from this system. But I guess Anthony will start us off.
Hell yeah! So we're talking about the Coleco Telstar. It was a low-budget Pong system which was released in the United States in 1976. It was the first console to use the new GI, which is General Instruments, AY-3-8500 CPU chip.
What do those stand for?
I know. Contact GI.
I don't know.
Anyway, many things contributed to the console selling millions. First and foremost, it was very inexpensive, selling for around, take a guess. It's like a game show. Take a guess. Fuck you, Wes, go ahead.
$89.95.
You already know what it is.
Okay, well, what is it then?
It's $50.
Okay, good. Well, how come he didn't fucking know it then?
I don't know, because
that's not my part.
Well, it was around $50. Actually, it was $50.
Which equates to about $232 in today's money.
Fucking fantastic. The console was also released during a large chip shortage, which seems like that's like a thing that PlayStation always says that they're having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Did PlayStation buy a Coleco?
I don't think so.
Anyway, however, Coleco were one of the first to confirm their order, so it got 100% of the chips that they requested, whereas other companies only got 20 to 30%. Finally, although the machine was pretty basic, it was pretty good. It's legit what it says. The system had 3 built-in games: tennis, hockey, and handball, which Andy was just playing. The system had 2 paddle controllers, which were attached to the system. The games were in black and white, though there was a beeper for sound, and all games did have on-screen scoring, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Now we're going to get into the specifications. The first console to use the new GI AY-3-8500 CPU chip was the Coleco Telstar Model 6040.
They used the Tesla chip.
Which was powered by a 9-volt battery. The speaker was placed at the top left-hand corner of the machine, right?
Wow, this battery could power my video game system and my flashlight.
Yeah.
Dope.
No.
I got a 9-volt flashlight.
No.
Didn't you say 9-volt battery?
Yeah. What kind of 9-volt battery flashlight you got?
I mean, it'll be like rectangular.
Yeah, it'd be a rectangular fucking flashlight. Most flashlights are...
It is. No, they're not all round, son.
I said most.
Oh.
Keyword most. It's kind of like the word moist.
Bro, yeah. Continue, though.
Yeah. I got to cut you off there. Yeah.
His face changed something. He's like, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go and
Now I gotta show him my flashlight.
I'm gonna. I don't wanna
Oh
see,
yeah.
I don't want to see.
Shit. As soon as I
Hey,
said that, I was
dog!
like, oh,
Hey,
man.
dog! How about you just keep your flashlight to yourself? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to digress back to the last sentence that I just had. The speaker was placed in the top left-hand corner of the machine. In the center of the machine was the settings area where the user could switch the system off and change the difficulty from beginner to intermediate or to pro. I just slurred intermediate.
How do you go from settings to intermediate? The intermediary. Go ahead.
You also could choose the game in this area. There's variations in total. There were 14 variations of the Telstar.
Boy, you better fix that.
It was released from 1970. I can't do it though. It was released in 1976 to 1978. Apparently, the first model was intentionally limited so that they could release more advanced versions of the Telstar at a later date. The company nearly went bankrupt in 1980 due to the number of consoles it released, which then leads us into.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you about these 14 different consoles because there were fucking 14 of these things. Actually,
nuts.
That's insane, though.
Before I even get into that, I probably should say that we're getting this information from RetroGamingConsoles.com. They have great information on all this shit.
Yeah.
So, what did...
No, he just flung his finger high.
Oh.
He wants to
But
say
before I
something.
get into all these 14 systems, why don't you tell us a little bit about this era, bro?
About?
Yes, so we're going to start off with when it all started, so 1976. And gas price was just 59 cents a gallon.
Oh, God, that is so sugar.
Take me back.
Some of the big movies of the time were One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, All the President's Men, The Outlaw Josie Wales, and a movie that is very near and dear to the Philadelphians' hearts, Rocky.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is incredible, but I feel like I should slap you a little bit if you don't talk about those two in the middle that you left out, because they were enormous movies.
What, The Omen and Taxi Driver?
Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Also in 1976, there was the United States Bicentennial Celebration. Kind of a big thing. And for the first time ever, the $2 bill was issued. Weird little fun
That's
fact.
pretty
there.
cool.
Anybody still got a $2 bill?
I do, actually.
Do you really?
I have one actually in a plastic
case?
sleeve. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna see
With
this
the red stamp.
I'm gonna see this motherfucker on.
sweet.
I'm gonna see
Yeah.
this dude on Pawn Stars one day. What are you looking to do? I'm looking to sell this thing. How much you want? $50,000.
Well, we can give you.
You can give you
5.
20 cents.
best I can do is $10.
I mean, 2 for 10 is not a bad exchange.
And also another thing that happened, like huge, when it came down to like the computer world,
Huge.
was Apple Computer Company was formed by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak.
Yeah, and everyone in this room has benefited from that because we're all sitting here on our iPhones.
Yes, we are.
So, praise be to them too. So back to me.
Back to you.
With these 14 different freaking systems. So
Yeah, wake me up when you're done.
starting with, it's not gonna take all that long.
I'm just kidding.
But so we start with the Telstar Classic. Now, the Telstar Classic was also released in 1976, although it was slightly more expensive than the original Telstar. It was the exact same system. The only difference was that it was housed in a wooden case. That's all that made it more expensive. So
This thing's just weird looking, man.
Same system. Yeah, so it looks like a system that's built with like old school porn walls. Right? Like
Bow. Bow. Bow.
that was freaking perfect. And I feel like that is what plays when you play the Telstar.
As soon as you turn it on, that's exactly what you hear.
Yes, so that moves us into the Telstar Deluxe, released in 1977, otherwise known as the Coleco Video World of Sports.
So is this thing like just dedicated to like sports games? I'm just asking because
Yeah, I mean, it
wanna
says
learn more.
I'm not quite sure. It says it was a wooden Telstar which was sold with a stand, which raised the system up to make it look more like you were playing an arcade game system.
I definitely would not feel like I was playing an arcade game if I was playing that.
No, no,
Like, so this is wild though. I mean, because
that's
like,
the classic, bro. I'm talking about the deluxe. I don't think that's the deluxe.
oh,
That's definitely the classic, but even
Well,
at
I mean-
that, it's
oh
still
no,
pretty cool.
okay, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so take me to the deluxe, bro.
I might not have a picture of the deluxe.
Figured
I
it
was,
out.
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it.
Google Magic, son. Open a new tab.
Bitch, what do you think I do? Right here.
So that's
But I mean, real quick, I'm going to digress. Look at that, $200 for that system, or is that $250?
250.
Boy, I fucking need glasses, huh?
So yeah, being sold with a stand, it raised the system up to make it more like you're playing an arcade game. Like the Telstar Classic, the system itself was no different from the original Telstar. The picture below that I'm not even showing you guys. But Wes was trying to pull up the picture, but we couldn't exactly find one. Are you in shopping?
He's
Yeah.
he is.
Will you go to images?
I mean, shopping's not bad though because you
and
can.
Let's just
tell me where you're gonna find the images, dickhead.
I don't know. Scroll down, bro.
Oh my god.
Right there.
You're looking on a fucking TV screen. You gonna just say right there? You realize how many images are on this?
You know how many people are trying to look at the screen and
I didn't
they're
see
not
it.
looking at the
I
screen?
didn't see
Like,
it anyway.
fuck.
We actually couldn't. If anyone can find a picture of the Telstar Deluxe, please tweet us because we'd like to see it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So
Do it.
now we have the Telstar Ranger. The second Telstar model to be released in 1977 was the Telstar. Yeah, I almost swallowed my tongue there.
You did.
I
got that one out.
Was the Telstar Ranger. It came with 6 games, 2 paddle controllers, and a gun.
A revolver, to be exact.
The games included were the standard Pong games, which the AY3 8500 was programmed for, tennis, squash, soccer practice, and 2 gun games. This was the first Telstar released to have... I lost myself. Hold on.
Completely different design from the original. It was also the first to include detachable controllers.
Appreciate you, bro.
Nice. I see that here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me pull it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder. I just
That gun looks wicked, dude. Isn't it so funny how you get to the NES, right, where people were complaining about
like an
that
old
zapper
Colt.
and how realistic it looked, and then you look at this shit?
And you're like...
Thing looks like an old Colt.
Yeah.
I bet that's what it was formed after.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if that fucking gun itself was actually a really wood grain handle and a metal fucking revolver.
Wood grain, definitely.
You could legitimately probably rob a store with this.
Yeah.
You could.
We don't recommend going out and buying the
we do
Telstar
not
Ranger.
condone any bit of this shit. I'm just saying. That's how realistic it looks.
What is he doing?
Would you knock it off, Baby Alpha?
Sorry. Speaking of that, the next system is still in 1977, the Telstar Alpha. My system. Well, no, it's not the Telstar Baby Alpha. Still in 1977, Coleco released the Telstar Alpha. Unlike the Ranger, this model kept the paddles on the system like the original. The main selling point of the system was the addition of a 4th game called Highlight. Did you ever have you ever seen people play that?
No.
Is that the one where they got the thing on their fucking arm and they're slinging it at the wall?
Yeah, it looks like they did it in Jackass when
with
the oranges. The Highlight, it almost basically looks like it's like shaped like a
hook, but
that
it's a
curve.
net.
It's like a curved net.
Yeah.
And they just wing these fucking things.
Is it still an Olympic game?
I don't know, but I'd be terrified to play it.
I think it was an Olympic game at one time. I don't know if it still is or not, but
so
it's sick. If you don't get to see it, you know what, Wes? Check it out.
Yeah,
I will.
It.
I remember when we
will.
watched Jackass, they were hurling.
I remember
oranges
that.
at each other.
The highlight, yeah.
And I think they said them things get up to like
A
100
lot.
miles an hour and over.
Over easily.
That's crazy. So so the main selling point of Telstar Alpha was the 4th game, Highlight, which was basically squash. The budget console sold very well. It was even released in Europe as the Telstar Alpha Europa.
Now wait a minute, that was a budget console, and the original Telstar sold for $50. So like, what are we looking at here?
$10.
Maybe.
Like, one of the things I love about this is that, I mean, you have beginner, intermediate, and pro. You know what I mean? Like you can just click through which one you want to do.
I mean, if Wes listened to my monologue of what I
No,
read,
I
he
do
would
know
have
that. Yeah, but actually seeing it on the console itself.
Just messing with you, man.
Yeah, so for those people who can't look at this literally kind of looks like a...
It looks like a little
radio.
heater. It looks like a radio or like an old school
Yeah,
heater.
it really does.
Yeah, you just click between the different games, tennis, hockey,
Handball.
handball, and squash, and then it's got beginner, intermediate, pro. Yeah, it's pretty dope. So moving right along to the Telstar Colormatic. The Telstar Colormatic was released in 1977, very similar to the Alpha. However, all the games had color, which was achieved by adding the Texas Instruments numbers and letters graphics chip to the unit. So the unit itself was presented in a strange wood grain style finish.
It looks horrible.
It's funny because in parentheses, the person who wrote this article said, "Why do people in the 70s love wood in their electrical devices?" Like the Telstar Ranger, the paddle controllers were detachable. Let me look at this bad.
It almost.
Oh my god, that thing is hideous.
Yeah, but you know,
it's fucking ugly as shit.
But what does that kind of remind you of?
To me, it reminds me of the brown box.
That's exactly what it said. It literally looks like the Magnavox.
Yeah, it looks
like
the
that mixed with a
Magnavox
fucking
Odyssey.
old school alarm clock. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and all this. Yeah, dude, that's an. I'm sorry.
Why are
I'm
these
sorry, Coleco, but
controllers
this is an
so
ugly
big?
system.
Yeah, it's an ugly system.
Like,
But it was the first color system.
yeah.
Well, their first color system.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We're still here in 1977, but we've moved on to the Telstar Regent. Coleco released the Telstar Regent, was a variation of the Colormatic with no extra graphics chip. The games were in black and white, though the controllers could be detached from the system.
yeah.
That's legitimate because, who wants to be wired to their shit?
Yeah, you're able to go ahead and pop them off, and you still had all the normal games. It looks a lot like the which is the one you said before? Yeah, I mean, it basically looked exactly like this, except for it was brown.
The Odyssey?
No.
We said it looked like a radio
the
or
the other Telstar.
Oh, the
The
other
Telstar Colormatic.
The Colormatic, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that one actually, that region actually kind of looks like the Alpha.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the Alpha literally
Except
looks
for
just
you can
like
pop
that.
the controllers off.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So the last system to be released in 1977 was the Telstar Combat. However, this was not a Pong system utilizing the General Instruments letters and numbers tank chip. Oh, sorry, Anthony wants to say something. What's up,
You
bro?
missed one.
Did I?
Yeah, Telstar Sportsman, which was released in 1978.
Well, no, he was saying the last one is 77.
No, that one's that. Yeah, no, but he's right. You want to do that?
One.
You want to do that one?
So the Telstar Sportsman was released in 1978. The Sportsman was the same as the Region, but it also had a light gun and 2 games included with it. So my guess is, there it is, right
Essentially something like this.
Why do all their guns?
That one looks like a Star Wars fucking
That looks
laser.
like a blaster.
That looks like a fucking blaster.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
That is sick. That is so sick. If that's actually what it is.
But I don't understand. Like, maybe we just missed people complaining about these two, or maybe because shit wasn't really super duper mainstream until the NES. But people complaining about the Zapper, if they actually saw this shit, I don't think they'd be complaining about that.
No. Oh my God, no. You kidding me? If I saw a Star Wars blaster or the revolver that came with the other one, yeah. Okay, get out of here. Or how about if we go all the way back? Yeah, look at that. That is a legit revolver.
Yeah.
And if you think about when we talked about the brown box, the very first system we talked about literally came with
it was like a rifle, right?
It literally, it came with
it looked like a lever action.
A lever action fucking like Winchester rifle. Like, hello? What the fuck?
That's crazy.
That's when it was quality. Sorry.
You still got more that way back to me.
What? No, that was it. Yeah,
Okay.
that was it. It was a short one, but
Yeah.
I think that's why you missed it.
So now, for real, the last system to be released in 1977 was the Telstar Combat, not a Pong system utilizing the General Instruments letters and numbers tank chip. The game allowed 2 players to play the game Combat, one of the launch games for the Atari VCS, which was launched later that year, which we're actually not going to talk about. Each player used 2 joysticks to control their tank. The system had 4 variations of the tank game. This was the first system by any company which was dedicated to a game other than Pong.
Now, see, that's sick. That looks like something you would find in an arcade.
Absolutely.
100%. Like, that is badass. Now, it's 2-player, which is also really cool, and it's a tank game.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's badass, man.
We'll
that was the game.
That's still, I mean, and
it's because they put everything into the controls.
They really
they have enough budget left for the game.
There you go.
At all.
So you're using tank controls to play sideways Tetris. That's what that looks
like. That's actually a really good rendition of.
Since you guys can't see what we're looking at, we'll pop these pictures up on our socials so you can get an idea of what they look like, the ones that we can find. Because this one, you'll see what we mean, is actually super cool, and that looks, compared to everything else we've just seen, that looks way ahead of its time. Those controls,
100%. I love it.
So, moving right along, if I'm correct, the Telstar Galaxy was a unique model among the series. It used 2 General Instruments letters and numbers chips to generate color. The system only had a limited release, though. It was marketed as having 48 games in color, though this is stretching the truth a little, as they counted each difficulty setting as a game.
Oh, bastards.
Cheating.
Bastardos.
Now, here's cool. The system did allow 4 players to play at once,
Yep.
though due to having fixed paddles on the system and 2 detachable joystick controllers. That is pretty sweet. So I'm guessing that'd be the first system to allow up to 4-player multiplayer? It's got to be, right? We're doing all these in order, so
yeah,
it's got to be. That's pretty. Let me see this one.
Yes, that's this one right here.
Okay, so again, it's weird. It's like aliens came and dropped off the last one with those tank controls, and then we went right back to old school looking stuff.
Yeah, right back to the fucking
to the Alpha, Magnavox Odyssey look type of stuff. We then have the.
All right, I got to cut you off really quick. These all say 1977. I thought the Combat was the last one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing.
Yeah, but
now my brain's hurting.
The Gemini, the arcade.
They may not be in order. Like the Galaxy may have come out before the Combat.
All right,
they were just all in 77. The Combat was just the last one.
I'm just fucking with you.
But Telstar Galaxy released. Notice how that's why when I did the last one, I didn't even say the year anymore because I was like,
yeah, you might as well.
Here.
You did that one by the
Galaxy, yeah. So the arcade, right? Telstar Arcade. Released in 1977, the Telstar Arcade console was one of the strangest systems to be released. It was... Oh, I can't wait to see this. I'm not even looking at it. It was housed in a triangular case. One side resembled
like this one.
One side resembled the original Telstar with 2 paddles to play Pong games. One side had a steering wheel and throttle to play driving games called Road Race, and one side had a holster for a gun to play shooting games called Quick Draw. I cannot wait to fucking look at this thing. All right, hold on. Here we go. Whoa, yo, that is fucking crazy. That is fucking dope.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Legit. It's a
the innovation that they had to put into this thing.
Yeah, so legit. You got a holstered gun on the right side. You got a fucking shifter and a fucking steering wheel on the other side, and then you got
classic look.
an upscale version of like what the Alpha looked like on the front
with
side.
skill sets still being able to be
yeah, you can see it right there.
Be able to change.
Oh my god, I love that.
That's actually fucking badass, dude.
I agree.
So
and I think this is the one that actually we saw for eBay was $250.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
What's that? Wait, let me get
this would be sick as shit to have.
One more fucking look at this thing. What is that? What's the wire coming out of the front there?
Well, this here?
Yeah,
probably power.
Oh,
that'd be my guess.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that 1977 Coleco Telstar Arcade Road Rage Quick Draw 3 cartridges, $250. eBay. Yo, that is sick.
Well, shit.
That,
anyway,
that's fucking awesome.
This still here on the Telstar Arcade. The system was cartridge based and had no built-in games. A cartridge containing tennis, Quick Draw, and Road Race was included with the system. An additional 3 cartridges were released and were available for $25 each. The second cartridge had hockey, tennis, handball, and target. Tennis and hockey could be played by 2 or 4 players. The third cartridge had a bonus ping-ball, shooting gallery, shoot the bear, and deluxe ping-ball. The fourth and final cartridge had naval battle, speedball, and blast away. So
that's so cool.
That is so fucking deep.
That is dope. Holy moly, we're moving along to 1978. We're finally out of the 77 here. Finally out of 77. The Telstar Colortron. Released in 1978, the Telstar Colortron had the same 4 games as the Telstar Alpha. I'm not going to keep talking about the chip with the chips that they use.
Like, dude, they went backwards so much.
Backwards in design. They are going backwards in design.
God.
This looks like they cut the Alpha in half.
Yeah. Jesus.
So it had the same 4 games as the Alpha: hockey, tennis, handball, and highlight. The paddle controllers were attached to the system itself, and for the first time, the console required 2 9-volt batteries instead of 1. Fuck you, sir. The first one powered the machine. Well, this is weird. The first one powered the machine, and the other one powered the sound. So if you didn't have a battery in there for the sound, could you still play?
Yeah, you just wouldn't have sound.
You just wouldn't be able to hear it.
That's wild.
That's so crazy. So wait, and this
they
thing
did shit so strange.
So wait,
look, we had to go through that to get here.
Yes. I mean, if you think about it, though, this thing plugged into your TV, right? You played it on the TV, right? But you had a battery for sound.
But it wasn't powered for the. It wasn't powered by the TV.
But it wasn't powered by anything but a 9-volt battery to play it on the TV. And if you wanted sound, it didn't come through the TV. It came through the system.
It probably came through this middle section.
That's exactly where it came through.
Yeah.
That's so fucking ass backwards.
Yeah.
Think of
God. I love what we have today.
Think of what. You know what I mean? Like, all the shit for the for the chips and everything else that had to be ran in order for it to go ahead and backtrack into the console to be able to play sounds from it.
So crazy. Pretty cool though, if you think about it.
So then we have also in 1978 the Telstar Marksman. Had 6 games built in, as well as the usual 4 Pong games that we've been saying: tennis, hockey, handball, and highlight. The system had 2 gun games: Skeet and Target. Skeet, motherfucker. Skeet and Target. Being marketed as the Marksman, there was an obvious emphasis on the shooting aspect of the system. The console came with a regular gun, which had an extended sight peripheral, which let you change the gun into a rifle.
Yep, it's right there.
All the games were in full color, and just like the Colortron, 2 9-volt batteries were required instead of 1, although you could just use an AC adapter.
Ooh, so they give you the options.
So this is the console itself, and then right here is with the gun attachment.
That's pretty cool.
That is wild. Sticking in 1978, the Telstar Gemini, or the Gemini, depending on who you are.
How you doing, Gemini?
The Telstar Gemini was one of the few Telstar consoles not to feature Pong. Instead, it had 2 gun games and 4 pinball games. As such, the system didn't have any paddles or joysticks. Instead, the Gemini had a gun peripheral, and the system itself represented a traditional pin machine by having flipper buttons at the left and right-hand sides and a large red button at the front to launch the ball. Were you able to find... Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You see the red flippers on the side there.
Yep.
And then that red thing, that red button there to launch the ball. The console, the The console is powered by a chip made by Coleco itself, so that's worth mentioning this time because they didn't go with the General Instruments one on
Which
this
is
one.
crazy.
Yeah, and this one is easier. The Coleco MPS 7600, although being powered by a 9-volt battery, it could also be powered using an AC adapter as well, which handily fit into the base of the unit.
Ah, there you go. They're getting smart.
Yep.
They are getting smart. So that is every single one of these consoles that were released within, 2 years? It started in 76. We're going to
76 to 78.
So 14 variations of a console in 2 years.
That's insane, dude.
Think of the R&D that
Yeah.
I mean that went in. But
Where? It would have came with the first console and just carried over to the other ones. Where's the R&D?
well,
We're gonna
R&D's
go with the
in-
light color wood this time.
well, no,
We're going to
well,
take
no, the
this
R&D
one
would
and
be,
wrap it in porn wood.
But you know what, Bob? Let's make it all black.
I'm talking about the combat, dude. Combat with the tanks.
Well,
That is insane.
That's different.
Yeah,
R&D,
I wanna-
though.
yeah.
I feel like that was like they were like, here, we're gonna just give this to the military. Give us something.
You notice how it almost seems like you had like 7 systems all thought up by the same people, and then like someone came in new, made up that triangle one and the tank John, and then maybe left for a better job, and they went right back to the old school looking ones again.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So the ones that made those are now the ones that who made the consoles for. Well, maybe not. They could have been. Yeah, I mean, they'd still be alive. Microsoft and PlayStation
It's possible, but
or
it's,
Nintendo.
But it's strange because you look at those two systems and they look so different from the other ones. The other ones all look like just a different variation of themselves.
Different.
Yeah.
Those
different variations
two
of porn wood.
look
That
like they were made
pyramid
by
one was
completely.
so fucking
Sick,
cool.
right? And it's still selling for $250. Like,
I know,
fuck,
right?
You gotta be kidding me.
Did you happen to catch if the original one's still selling and what it's selling for?
Let me pull that
The
up real
original
quick.
Telstar. I'd just be curious to see, or that tank one for that matter. I'd just be really curious to see what
There's
this
the tank
is.
one.
So the tank one you can get anywhere from like $75. So like the Ranger you can get for like 40.
Oh shit, that's less than what it sold for.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Old
Because it
school
doesn't work.
Telstar, Coleco. Give me the OG.
$40.
Give me it looks like about 40.
40.
Other ones for 50. But I mean, like certain ones, really popped and are like much different. Okay, so yeah, so like that the arcade one with Road Rage and everything else. Yeah, dude, that's gonna run you about $270.
Well, you also have to think. Imagine, especially depending on the condition of it. Imagine still having all the original working parts with that thing. We're talking
the simple
50,
fact of them
50
being
years
working
ago.
parts is dude, that's the emphasis. The emphasis is working parts.
Yeah, and
That's
you
awesome.
some of these not being that expensive, bro. We should just purchase, like the $40 one. We should just purchase this and just have the consoles through history around the damn studio.
I mean, look, man.
That could be a thing.
Between us, we have a lot of them, but look, we don't have all of them. So,
No, absolutely not.
my God, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
God, that
so
would be
But like if we came to Coleco, we'd have to figure out like the one we wanted collectively, not like all of them.
Not all
that's what I
14.
said, the OG one that started it all for $40.
You sure, or do you get the badass tank one for like $30 more?
I don't feel like playing sideways Tetris, so
Okay,
and we need to be able to display it.
that's fine.
But
It's a badass tank one.
yeah, I mean you're not wrong. But another thing is now them releasing all those 14 different variations of that system. Is that comparable to like what you get now, where the PS4 comes out and then you get the PS4 Pro, like No, because those were upgrades. These weren't necessarily.
I was about to
upgraded.
say, yeah, man. Like
They were like stylistically they were different, but
Yeah.
they didn't really change much performance wise.
no.
No, if
Not-
you
not
if
for
you
all
if
of
you
them.
looked at if you go back and you look at all of the consoles in '77, they all had the same computer chips.
Yeah.
The only difference was some of them had an extra chip to make it color,
Yeah,
Seriously.
until you got to the one that we just talked about, where Coleco had their own chip
which is pretty
made.
cool.
But so yeah, that is the Coleco Telstar, and I believe the next system we will be getting into when we revisit this consoles through history will be the one that Wes originally researched, the Atari.
Man, I know about this one.
the Atari 2600.
Yeah, which he's ready to go.
Hell yeah.
he is ready to go, and that is a popular system. So next
So,
time we do CTH, you'll hear that.
Hold on really quick. Wes barely said anything this episode.
Yeah,
Did
bro,
you
you
notice that?
got
That's
anything?
weird.
Any reaction? What do you?
Well, no, I was gonna say, Wes, where can they find us?
Oh yeah.
So I want everybody to go ahead and connect with CGC. You can find us at our website, which is consolegamingcrew.com. You can find us on our email. You can go ahead and hit us up for anything with there. That's consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. Our Twitter is @consolecrew. Our YouTube and Instagram are both Console Gaming Crew. Now, our Facebook is something that I want to go ahead and just mention real quick because...
Well, so
I feel
really
like there's
quick.
some caution tape around that.
No, hold on. So the passport was revoked the last episode, right?
Yeah.
It applied for a new one. They said fuck off.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I think Facebook is gonna try again. The console page is gonna try again soon.
I believe now there is an armed guard standing outside of the airport,
Waiting for the Facebook
and knows what the Facebook page looks like.
Ooh,
so
that's
he
dangerous.
can't get in.
You can't-
Ah,
yeah.
got it. All right. So there's the Facebook.
No amount of Benjamins are getting you in that club.
No, sir.
Oh well.
And then you can also find us and many other podcast content creators and everybody else on Boss Rush Network. You have 1v1 with Celeste. You have EXP Cast. You have LAN Party. You have just WASD and beyond. Dude, there are so many.
This is why I never list them because I don't want to leave anybody out. Once you said,
Hey,
that was
Andy,
so good.
You were
I
so
talked
good.
the most on this and I didn't crack one. Well,
So-
no, I did kind of once.
Yeah, but you know what? Do us a favor. Don't say anything until you say goodbye. How about we do that?
And then the last thing we want to talk about is where you can find us, which is something that Anthony absolutely loves, and we are going to keep on pushing even more. Is going to be our Twitch.
Yeah, baby.
So our Twitch handle is CGC Podcast. I have my workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every new follower I get equals 2 burpees. So
I think we're gonna increase that. He says 2 burpees, but I think I'm gonna push for more. Maybe not 5, but we'll start increasing it
hardcore.
one at a time once he starts getting better at them.
we also have my Destiny nights where I play Gambit with the boys. That's every Monday night. And then Freaky Friday, we are trying to figure out where we're going next, what the game is, and who's going to be playing it.
Yeah, that's true. It might be me. You can see this beautiful, beautiful Tom Selleck mustache.
They need to. They absolutely need to.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. No.
All right, so there we go, y'all. Another Consoles Through History in the books. I love this series, man. It is so much fun.
It is definitely a fantastic series that
It's a huge highlight.
that
Yes, sir.
we just started doing. I love it.
All right, so I want to go ahead and just tell everybody, please stay safe, wash your hands, mask the fuck up.
Game on.
Game on, dog.
Game on, y'all. Peace.